What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Player One versus the World for this little video. We basically had dropped StrangeCast on the 25th of October. You can go and watch that now on YouTube and also on all podcast services. It's got Zachary Andrews, who's the performance director from The Expanse, a Telltale series. So definitely go and check that out. It's a great interview and also obviously your usual fix of Life is Strange content. Speaking of Life is Strange content, in that video, there was not the news that had come out about the new novel. It actually dropped on the exact day that I was editing the podcast. It was already well over 2 hours, that podcast episode, and we're going to move that into our next, obviously our next episode will be heavily focusing on that. But obviously schedules are a bit different, and I've done some of these videos before for reactions, and I think people have kind of enjoyed them, and it seems to do well on the YouTube channel, so I thought I'd do it here. And also I find as well some people kind of come here for their Life is Strange news fix as well. It seems to be kind of good for them to keep up to date with Life is Strange, who don't know, Deck 9, etc. So I thought I'd just do this little video as giving my brief early reactions before, obviously, on the podcast of StrangeCast, we'll talk about it a bit more in detail. And if you are new here as well, StrangeCast is a bi-weekly podcast that I host with my co-host, Adam Evolt, where we talk about Life is Strange, we talk about Deck 9 news, we talk about Don't Nod news, we talk about some Square Enix games, etc. It's kind of like our flagship podcast for the channel where we talk about Life is Strange and keep the conversation going on that. But if you are new here as well, do consider dropping a subscribe on the YouTube channel, consider liking the video, sharing with your friends, commenting. It helps support the channel. It's a very small channel, and any level of support always helps. So you can keep up to date with that. But as I said, this is going to be a very brief video. Well, brief by my stretch of the imagination. A brief video where we'll just talk about the news and I'll kind of give my initial thoughts on it. So Life is Strange's Twitter account on the 25th of October posted a tweet which basically said at the time, announcing Heatwaves, the second official Life is Strange novel from Titan Books, releasing the 9th of April 2024. That is also my birthday, by the way, 9th of April. So what a timing that is. So written by Brittney Morris, the book explores one possible future adventure for Alex and Steph as drought, family secrets, and buried emotions explode in a small town. So there's a graphic as well with the front cover of the book. I'll try and put a visual aids here where we talk about certain things. It's got very much the same True Colors aesthetic vibe that Deck 9 created with, in the promotional material for the trailers. It's got Alex in the front cover. It's got Steph, little bird as well. You can't go wrong with that. So that is announced. Brittney Morris will kind of talk about in the actual podcast episode with Adam, where we'll kind of go into a bit more detail. Just quickly looked up Brittney Morris as well. Not obviously very familiar with her work, unfortunately, but she has worked on Insomniac games at the moment. So she's worked on Spider-Man PS5, which is Marvel Spider-Man 2. She's working on the announced Wolverine game from Insomniac Games. Obviously recently played Spider-Man 2, and I'll give my full verdict on that and spread the arts in the next podcast episode. But she tweeted about the news. She put, the news is out. Do you know how many quote unquote what's your dream IPs and quote tweets I had to pass up to keep this quiet? Thank you, Titan Books, for bringing me on for this project. So nice little bit of news there, and I'm going to quickly go to one more Twitter account because I'm going to bring it up here, and that is none other than Katy Bentz, who is obviously Steph Gingrich in Life is Strange Before the Storm, Life is Strange True Colors, and she put a tweet out as well. I believe this was on Wednesday. Let me just double check that. That is on Wednesday, yes. She put, well, this was a fun surprise to wake up to. Steph lives on. I'm excited to learn more about this new novel and possible journey that Alex and Steph take after True Colors. How cool. So I'm just posting the brief bits that I've seen there. I've not actually, I tried to look for a press release as of yesterday, and I didn't find anything, which is a bit strange. I was kind of like, it was just a tweet. So they might have issued a press release, and I didn't see that many news outlets pick it up really either. So nonetheless, it has been announced. So yes, we have a Life is Strange second novel coming out, which is quite exciting as well. Like, obviously we had Rosie Four's novel, Steph's Story, which gave like a bigger exploration on Steph Gingrich in that story. Obviously had an audiobook by Katy Bentz as well. Me and Adam had talked about it. We actually reviewed it on StrangeCast. And then also, obviously, we have Life is Strange Forget Me Not, which we talked about on the recent podcast episode, and also in general as well, that will be like running through 2020, late 2023 to 2024. So we'll be looking forward to that. So a lot of material coming out here. I expect that this kind of like says a lot to me about it. I think like I kind of said this in my unused, I did a recording yesterday, but I kind of had to throw it away because of the camera quality. I kind of said that I expect this is the direction that Square Enix is really taking with the series. This is like Deck 9's flagship, like Life is Strange outing. Outside of Before the Storm, it was the one where they got to create their own characters, their own universe, their own story, etc. And it's like they're really hammering home on this. And I think maybe from my own like position, I think it's maybe like Square Enix is really rehauling Life is Strange. So I think they're kind of like moving into this direction where like Steph and Alex are seen as the premier characters, like they're having their Max and Chloe moment essentially. So we'll see like a lot more material around them. We see comic series, we see novels, we see etc. I think like it's kind of like, I think Square Enix is doing this as a from my position at least, if anything, is just kind of really promote that as like the new face of Life is Strange for the time being, because I think like obviously we've already spoken about Don't Nod's relationship with Square in terms of like the fact that they're not making Life is Strange games anymore. They've kind of like walked their separate ways. I think that they kind of want to really associate this maybe with the Deck 9 franchise, as the Deck 9 kind of like franchise, because Deck 9 is the only studio, from what we know at least, is working on Life is Strange. Sorry, that's a good start to the day, and just hit my mic. Great. Yeah, so I think Deck 9, I think that what they're trying to do with that as well is I think they're trying to like put Deck 9 in a stronger position with the series. I'm excited by it. It's quite interesting. I did enjoy Steph's story by Rosie 4. Me and Adam really liked that. I think like I actually tweeted to Katy on this as well, saying that we needed a Katy Bentz x Erika Mori audiobook for this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do look at making an audiobook for it as well. They did do one with Steph's story, and I enjoyed listening to that as well. It's just, it was great. It was just Katy doing what she does best as Steph. So I think that maybe there's a possibility that even if Erika Mori is somehow involved in this, I don't know on my own personal front, but like if she is involved in this, it would be great to hear her do an audiobook. She's an avid book reader, as me and Adam know. And then also as well, even if you could have opportunity to do dual recordings, whereas Erika and Katy, that would be very, very cool. But yeah, I'm quite excited for it. I'm intrigued to see more about it. I obviously had a very open mind with Steph's story, and with this as well, we have more Steph and Alex. I think there's a very much common theme here, and just even more of my initial thoughts. But I think that this kind of maybe gives you a bit more direction. I think like this is not the last we see of Alex and Steph. I think even possibility we could see if Deck 9 is working on another Life is Strange game, and probably the likelihood is high on that, just on an assumption. I wouldn't be surprised if Steph and Alex return in like a main character role. I think like maybe they have like just a straight on continuation from that game, and they establish an ending, or they maybe take it into a completely different direction. But I don't think this is the last we see of these characters. I think that they're really trying to sell them as like, the premier characters of the franchise for now, at least, not to kind of get rid of their history, but it's kind of like we're going in this new direction, we're going this way. So nonetheless, I am excited. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for the novel? Are you kind of like, do you agree with me like in terms of the way that the position the characters? Am I completely wrong? I don't know. Just tell me. So I just wanted to make this quick reaction video, just kind of give you my thoughts on it. As I said, there'll be a much more extensive conversation we'll be talking about on StrangeCast with Adam, and that'll be in early November, because we obviously take a bit of a break from we have a 2-week schedule on our podcast. So I'll leave it there. I don't think I have anything else to add. It's a nice cover as well. Actually, I like the cover as well. So, and we will obviously keep up to date with it throughout its announcement, and even probably pick it up as well. And as I said, fingers crossed for an audiobook. I'm really hoping for an audiobook on that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that keeps you informed. If you are here for the news, if you just like reaction videos, I hope I've kind of like helped you out there as well. I didn't really see much happening at the time with this when it was announced. But also to add onto that as well, I kind of like reveal a surprise. We actually have another interview coming to the YouTube channel. It won't be part of StrangeCast. It'll just be a separate interview. It is with Lily Hakama, who is none other than Khan in Deck 9's The Expanse, a Telltale series. So we are very excited to share that with you. We recorded that recently. And if you are, if you did enjoy The Expanse, you will really enjoy that. We loved Khan, and Lily's absolutely amazing. So yeah, definitely stay tuned to that. And also, again, a reminder that StrangeCast did drop on Wednesday. So if you haven't watched it, full-length episode there, interview with performance director Zachary Andrews from Deck 9, and then also loads of Life is Strange content that we covered. But yeah, I'll wrap up here. Again, one last time, if you did enjoy this as well, please do consider dropping a subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and share with your friends. The usual YouTube spiel. It helps you keep up to date with the channel, helps you support the channel, if anything else. And also, as I said before, if you are new here, go and have a look at our content. We do loads of interviews, we do podcast series, we do another one called Life After Strange, where I've spoken to actors from the series. There is a lot of content here, and it's always quite nice to see people who randomly find this channel and actually realize it exists as well, which is quite nice. But yeah, without further ado, let me know in the comments what you think. I'll be floating around just to see what your thoughts are on this novel. And in the meantime, take care. We'll see you for StrangeCast in November. Bye.